You can see how hazy the glass is under that felt protector, that felt cover. I need to clean the regular glass too, but you can tell how hazy that gets under there and how that must affect the front cameras. So let me give that a clean with some glass cleaner and we'll check it out afterward. Okay, here's the after. To get the felt cover off, there's a torque screw right here on this side. Let me try to use the other hand. A torque screw right here on this side, and there's one on the opposite side. And this just, let me see if I can get up under here. It just pivots on these 2 points right here. You just, when you back up, you just pull it off this way. And it just basically drops down. You don't have to put any force on it. To get this piece off, I just used a pry tool. And on my car, it was really easy. I just pried right here, and you can pull down here and just pull straight down. And up here in the headliner, it kind of comes off like this. You pull it off and rock it down away from the headliner. And what I did was I popped a couple. You just pop it until a couple pops come out here. Makes it a lot easier to get it out if you loosen this up right here. And then this piece will just pull right off. And then just be careful of the wires manipulating that. To get the mirror off, the mirror has this, it looks like it's symmetrical, sort of a triangular shaped tab here with the tips cut off the triangle. And basically all you have to do is rotate it like, I don't know, 60 degrees or whatever that would be. And you just rotate it counterclockwise. I think you can rotate it either way, but what I did was, let me back up a little. I took the mirror like this and I rotated it counterclockwise about that much, and then it just drops right back down. To get it back on, it goes back up in there easily because it'll fit, you know, however many degrees over on top of that triangle, and then you just rotate back. Takes a little bit of force, but you can rotate it back the same number of degrees to get it back on there. I couldn't do it with one hand while holding the camera, but that's what I'm talking about. That little zip tie clips down into this cover. So I did that before I'm going to screw the mirror back in. Don't forget to plug the electrical connector back into the mirror before you screw it on. To assist me in turning the mirror, I used an open-end wrench like this on the post here, on the post like this, and it helped me turn it. But I did that because I didn't want to put a lot of pressure on the mirror itself trying to tug it, and that worked really well. Just make sure you don't crimp that wire while you're twisting it or in the wrench. Make sure you get the wrench on there so it won't scratch anything too. You could put a little microfiber towel around the wrench if you like. And before you close this up, just tuck that wire up in there so that when you put this piece back on, it won't crimp anything. When you put this piece back on, slide it on like this so that these two pieces up front align. So slide it in the back side first, toward the back of the car first. And then once these two pieces are lined up where my thumb is right here, then you can push up on the rest here and snap it back into place. It takes a little bit of force to do, so I'm not going to be able to do it with one hand, but I'll put the phone down and slide that back up in there. Okay, it popped right back in there. What I did was I put a thumb on this side and a thumb on the other side and just pushed up together, and it just click popped right in there. And getting this piece off right here, what I did was I took my pry tool and I stuck it in here like this, and I began prying up in here like this, and I moved it over to the side, and I had to get two pry tools in there. Once I got under here, and this won't scratch it because it's just plastic. Once I get under here like this, I pried up a little bit and got a second tool in there, and that took some force to pop this piece off. That was the hardest piece to get off. This one here came off really easy, but this one took a little bit of force. You basically have to just try to pop it out this side first, and then the whole thing slides down like that. When you're done, notice how the camera up there is almost being blocked by the headliner. That's because we pulled it down. So don't forget to take your hand and push the headliner back up and click it back in place so that that camera is not obstructed. The shot that I took from inside before I put the cover on didn't really take very well. So I'm trying to show you like this with the camera light on how clean that is now. There's no haze at all on that glass there. So the front camera should be able to see quite a bit better now. And I don't think there would be any need to recalibrate the cameras, but if so, I'll recalibrate the cameras, but I'll try it out before that, because we don't move the cameras when we take that lid off, that felt cover. It doesn't move the cameras at all, so should be fine.